Hi guys, so as requested today I'm going to show you how to eye depot my MAC eyeshadows. And basically what depotting is you're taking out this plastic part and then detaching the metal pan from the plastic, so you can put it in an empty MAC palette like this and have them all together, and you put a magnet behind them so they don't fall out. And then what you can do is, if you don't damage the plastic, you can pop this plastic back in, buy some empty metal pans from Stars Makeup Haven or Coastal Scents, and put the empty metal pan back in the eyeshadow container, and use this for back to MAC system. What back to MAC is returning any 6 empty plastic containers, an empty lip gloss, eyeshadow, pigment, lipstick, foundation, anything that comes in a plastic casing like that. And then you get a free eyeshadow, lipstick, or lip gloss in return at MAC stores, or at MAC counters you get a free lipstick. And basically what the rules are is the plastic has to be intact, so the no heat method will damage the plastic and you won't be able to return it. And the metal pan also has to be in there, the empty metal pan, so most people will just buy empty metal pans and put them back in. So the no heat method, I'm just going to go by it real quick. You're going to need your empty eyeshadow, some Q-tips, some magnet tape or any magnet stickers, your white circle dots for labeling, and you're going to need a knife, and you're going to need rubbing alcohol. This is 70%. You can use a higher percentage if you want. The only difference between the percentage is a higher percentage will dry quicker. That's all the difference is, nothing else. It really doesn't matter what kind you need. And I think that's, oh, and you also need some wire cutters to clip away. And I'll show you what happens when you do that. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take your eyeshadow, and right above the little, like the little hook that that closes in the eyeshadow, there's a tiny little ridge, and you'll be able to see it on your eyeshadow. And what you're going to do, and be very careful if you are under the age of 18, get some adult supervision or have an adult do this for you, because this can be dangerous. If you cut yourself, I'm not liable for that. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to slowly pry your knife in that little edge, and you're just going to work it very slowly, and then you can feel it start to pop out. There we go. And it just popped out, and what you're left with is this metal pan, and you can just put that aside. And then what you're going to do is, see this big empty gap? There's a little one and a big one. What you're going to do is you're going to cut 2 notches on each side with your wire cutters, bend that plastic back, take your knife and dip it in some rubbing alcohol and drop it in between the metal pan and the plastic, and that's going to loosen up the metal pan, and the alcohol is going to melt away the glue, and then the pan will just lift right out. And then you can put that in your MAC palette. So that's a no heat method. It is a little involved. There is a lot of risk damaging the eyeshadow when you clip with the wire cutters. I have cracked eyeshadows before, so just be careful. This is the way that Enkore does it. And that's the way that that's who I learned it from. So I'll put a link to his tutorial in the sidebar. So if you're interested in doing a no heat method, however it will damage the plastic, feel free to click on that link. I'm going to do the heat method, and I'm going to show that to you now. And what you're going to need for that are mostly the same materials, but you're also going to need your straightening iron. Mine's set to 360 degrees. Doesn't need to be that hot. Doesn't even need to be accurate. Just, it needs to be hot, clearly. You're going to need a piece of foil to lie the eyeshadow on. And you're also going to need a push pin. So basically what you're going to do is, after you've popped the plastic part out of your eyeshadow, place the foil on your straightener. And I like to flatten mine down like that. And then place the eyeshadow right in the center there. And we are just going to wait until it melts. Make sure you don't leave it on too long, or you'll just completely warp the bottom, and sometimes it won't even fit back into the plastic casing, which is the whole reason for doing the heat method, is so you don't damage, visibly damage the plastic, so you can return these to the MAC counter. So that's the whole goal. Don't do that. So we're just going to wait a little bit until it's ready. And you can check it periodically. Not quite sure how long to leave it on there. I don't have an exact time. Just, you know, experiment, take it off. And please be very careful when you take it off. It's going to be very hot. See, this isn't done yet. So we're going to put it back on. very careful again. It's very hot. I like to fold mine down so it's really touching the iron. Okay, now when it's hopefully melted enough, you can push the pin and the metal pan will start to lift out, and thank goodness it's finally lifting out. And when it's started to lift, you can just stick the pin in. You can just stick the pin in there and help it out. And then there you go. Now be very careful as the metal pan will be hot. There you go. And turn your straightening iron off and set that aside. Whew. There you go. Okay. And now what you can do is you can just, there's going to be glue on the back, and you can use your Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol to wipe the glue off if you want, but I'm just going to leave it on there, and I'm going to cut a piece of my magnet tape, about that big, and you just peel off the backing and stick it on the center of your pan, just like that. And then when you have your dots, you just write in the eyeshadow name, and then you stick it right over the magnet and just plop it right in your palette, and it'll just stick there. So that's it for this. I hope that helped a little bit, guys, and that's the way I do it. It's pretty much the same way everyone else in the world does it, either no heat or heat, but that's about it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.